Alright, hello everyone, welcome to another Xavier.Master Gaming video. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to get better in Udon Boxing Basics. Now, if you don't know what this game is, or probably none of you do because this game's dead, it's basically where you go on VRChat and you basically just box people. Simple, pretty fun, right? And for my demonstrator, I brought one of my friends, Boba Faze. Say hello, Boba.
Hello.
Yeah, but today I'll be teaching you just the regulars, basics, and just basic strategy and stuff like that. And it's your first day, blah blah blah, and it's your first time getting in the ring, and you don't know what to do. Well, subscribe, sit back, relax, and me and Boba will teach you. Let's get in the ring. Alright, so first things first, you're gonna have gloves. You're gonna have like literally no idea of what to do whatsoever. You're gonna be confused. You're gonna be like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Like, what do I do? Well, I'm on PC, he's on Quest. The difference between how you can tell if there's a PC player in Udon Boxing, if the gloves are just like not even on their hands or something like that. And Quest players can actually move the gloves more frequently than PC players. But here, we touch gloves like this. Okay, here to touch gloves. I already get back in the corner. Bam. And then we go ahead, throw punches, and then you hit this. Every time you hit the player, you have a little light thing. That indicates of how much damage you've done. If you hit yellow, if you hit this guy's head, for instance, you did 5 damage. But if I were to hit somewhere around his chest, stomach, you do 3 damage. And if you were to get black, if we were to see black line up, then you would get 0 damage. And if you don't know how to do heavies, which you don't, here's how you do it. For desktop players, simply press Q or E and hold it. But for Quest players, you would just hold the top trigger. And then, if you don't know how to guard, for desktop players, press Alt. This is how you guard. But for Quest players, you simply just put your arms together in real life, like Boba's doing, and then that would be considered a block. Now, if you don't know what the mechanics are for this game, there are tons of mechanics in this game that not a lot of people know about. One of the main mechanics you really need to look out for is the knockout mechanics, because it does save your stamina. Like, for example, if Boba were to knock me out, and I were on my second knockout, there is a good chance that I would be knocked down to 10, and then I would lose. But if you were to be knocked down the first time, you would guarantee you would get back up. But if you were to get knocked down a second time, it would be basically more of depend on how much stamina you have within your cards or within your sleeve. And then if you get knocked down a third time, TKO, you lose. And now, another demonstration. If you're boxing the player like so, just like something like that, and then you were to see something like an electrical fist, like this, that means you can do a super punch, which means it's a upgrade version of a heavy. Like, for example, if I were to hit Boba with this, like that, that's a super punch. That does around 5 times more damage than a regular heavy. And basically, if you don't know what a heavy does, a heavy just simply multiplies whatever damage it has for the hitbox by 2. So, for example, if I were to hit Boba with the heavy on his head, that would do 10 damage. And if I were to hit Boba with the heavy on his stomach or chest, that would mean I would do around 6 damage. It's basically a multiplier. Now, on to certain different tasks. And yes, Boba says hi. And you are allowed to speak as well, Boba. Keep that in mind. And also, there are something that is called hit delays within the game as well that you need to watch out for. And there's really not much left with the game. There are a couple strategies. There are a couple ways you can win. Like, for example, guarding. And yes, Boba, you may speak now. As you can request, tell them.
15 hits, you get the sparkles in your...
Yes.
15 hits. Alright. Yeah, you can
So,
keep talking, monkey.
alright. But, okay, there are other strategies that you can win, though. Like, for example, speed, this, back. Quest players can have it easy. Like, Boba, show them what speed can do. Like that, this, that. Because speed, if you don't know what speed is just basically a faster way where you can travel around the ring and stuff like that. And you could also basically, just in general, just have a faster advantage, and you could also basically just dodge certain hits. Like, for example, if you were to dodge like that, like, for example, if I were to have a heavy, and we're about to go at him, so like, arg, he would basically dodge that. But, you know in a...
One, two...
But you know, in a real match, of course you want to do that. You would actually try to go for him, but then he would ankle break you. That's what's called speed. But if you don't know, if you can't really master speed, there's another technique. That's called guarding. Guarding is but guarding is another mechanic in the game which allows you to basically help you. Guards basically meant to protect you when you're exhausted. Like, for example, if I were to lose all my stamina, oh god, I'm giving it all out, I can't really move. I'm going slow, and I can't do damage to him, no matter what I'm doing. But since I got my stamina so back quickly, it's because the more times you get exhausted, apparently, because this is what I'm noticing. Apparently, whenever you get more exhausted, the more delay there is. And there's also something that's called hit delay within the game, where you can only punch around once per second. So that means, hypothetically speaking, you could bypass this mechanic in certain ways. But I'm not sure about that myself, because I haven't fully figured it out yet. But there are a decent amount of mechanics. No, not mechanics. There are a decent amount of moves they can use. Like, for example, the move I created, the Kamehameha. You just put your hands together and just go like that. It's pretty basic. And then, of course, there's more advanced moves that I created. That's what a Kamehameha is. Or I just recreated it into like a sort of a ledge hammer. Like, for example, you would do one heavy on one hand like this, and you would keep one heavy on the other, and you'd go, and you jump, bam, and then you hit them in the head. That would do around 15 damage in total. Because if you were to hit them in the head, you have to hit them in the head in order for this to work. Like, show them, for example, Boba. Like that. That did 20 damage. And notice how my gloves are black. That means that your guard is broken. And that means if I were to guard, hypothetically, it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't do anything at all, whatsoever. Like, for example, if you were to guard, go ahead and guard for really quick. Yeah, like that. Did you see that little glove mechanic right there? Hold on, guard again for me. I'm trying to hit the guard, but or look, something like that. But look, either way, if you were to guard, like, for example, hit my guard. Hit my guard.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Look, either way, if you were to guard, for instance, it would just take away. If you were to hit the guard, for example, because on desktop players, it's completely different. Like, did you see that little muffle that I did? That 2 times? Whenever you hit the guard like that, it takes away 1/10 of your stamina. When you start like that, it technically takes up, because when you first spawn in the ring, you get 100 HP, 100 stamina, everything's 100 basically, either way. And if you were to hit the guard 10 times, you would get exhausted. Now, this is extremely overpowered due to the fact that you could easily just guard, and you could just do that for the entire game, and whenever your guard's broken, you can just do like a double heavy like that. But you see, there is a way to bypass certain guards. Go ahead. Yeah, but that's what knocking out somebody would look like. And here, let me show you something again. So, as I was saying, there's a way to bypass basically almost any guard. You do a double heavy. Go ahead and guard for me really quick. Just go ahead and guard. I'm going to go for any part of the body, like this. And there, his gloves should be black, and he should be defenseless whenever he's exhausted. And for example, I'm on desktop, so that wouldn't really work. And there's other ways you can get your guard back up. Like for example, if you're to hit the player like this, like that, you notice that my guard went from 40 to 80. The guard mechanic in general is extremely broken. Now, on to some of the basic tactics. One of the main things here's some advice. One of the main things you want to do is get advice from the best of the best. And I mean from the best of the best, I mean like literally the top 10. Like for example, Woffs, that's where I get some of his information. Shout out to him and Tammy, all those other good players. Every good player that stepped into this game, like all the Patreons and all the good players were on that list, but apparently since the high quality mirror's on, I can't really turn it off right now. But I'll teach you one technique. It's called, I don't know, it was called a certain move. So here's what you do. Whenever they're guarding or defenseless, you would automatically hit their head. Or I simply call this multi-punch. It's literally the easiest task, the easiest skill to manage ever. Like, for example, if they were exhausted, for instance, you would just keep hitting them over and over again, like, and then I keep going, and then I finish it off with the double heavy, like this. And as you can tell, that worked.
2.
So that proves that that move would be a useful way, and that's what basically every person does whenever you're exhausted. And there's other ways people have figured out to multi-punch as well. And some of these moves that I created, nobody really uses them, but I teach them sometimes. But teaching people is like the worst thing to probably happen, because that shows that you're just falling off and stuff like that. And I've kind of fallen off, but I've taken some advice from some of the best, and I know just aim for the head. But yeah, and now for desktop players, if you don't know what to really do, and most likely there are no more. If you're wondering, there are no more desktop players but me or Wasp. I'm the only guy that actually constantly plays on desktop. I don't ever go to Quest. I don't go to PSVR. I don't go to Vetra VR Reality. No, I'm good old fashioned, and I like playing on desktop because you get better access to avatars and stuff like that. And yeah, basically that's really it. I would prefer desktop over PC. No, PC over Quest, because in general PC's better. No offense, because one, you can literally hook up the Oculus with a certain plugin for your PC, and that would be PC VR. And then afterwards, you could literally have access to every world, and you have unlimited battery. So basically, whenever you turn off your computer, that's when that happens and stuff like that. But now let me show you what would actually happen in a real boxing match. Touch gloves. Thank you. And then 3, 2, 1, go. Blah blah blah. We would constantly hit each other. We would act like this is an actual battle. Here, let me just demonstrate what I mean by an actual battle. But if you are enjoying this video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. It would really help out the YouTube algorithm, and also help my channel out for views and stuff like that. And see, I can easily just dodge as well.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Because either way, it's just sort of a demonstration match. Like, for example, him just blocking like that, it basically works. It pays off. But yeah, I really don't got much. Hey, what's up? But give me a second.
Remember me? Remember me? Okay.
Wait.
Sorry.
I might remember you, but it's okay. But give me a second. But yeah, I am not really doing much right now. And trust me, you will see a good avatar showcasing video. And you'll also see another Tournament of Power, Tournament of Chess, and then you'll see that. But yeah, I really don't got much to say. I've been your host, Xavier.Master Gaming. I will catch you guys in the next one. And if you've been wondering what I've been really doing, I haven't been doing much. I've just been playing on VRChat, always trying to look for avatars, and of course,
Using the Pataras, it was Vegito, wasn't it? Okay then, how about... Now hold on a sec.
Sorry.
Having a
It's
name
okay.
would definitely make us sound much cooler. This time it'll
And
be
he also has the reason why
how about Gogeta?
the reason why he can move his hands, that's only for a desktop only, but if you were to connect it to PC, VR, or something like that, it would turn out the same. But yeah, I've been your host, Xavier Master Gaming. You would probably see me in another video. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.